All right, thank you, Max. Early child care is an issue Missouri Governor Mike Parson says will need to be his successor's top priority next year. Parson made those comments after signing his final few bills as governor today. Missouri Capitol Bureau Chief Joe McLean reports.
The reality of it is we got to figure out a solution to that. And I think that's a combination of working with the private sector along with the government sector.
In his last public bill signing as Missouri's 57th governor, Mike Parson emphasized early child care and wider access to preschool options need to be on the top of the to-do list for whoever replaces him.
Especially over the last 6 years, last few years with everything we're trying to do is we know Missouri's behind in daycare, and we have way too many desert areas in our state for just taking care of our kids.
One of just a couple bills that passed addressing child care this year, Parson signed this morning, which creates a licensing requirement for child care facilities that handle kids who need the most attention.
And what about these children with medical complexities, with disabilities, who really don't have a lot of opportunity for child care options, for integration into their community?
Starting in August, facilities that care for those kids will need to get a license by the state, something sponsors noted should have already been on the books.
It seems hard to believe to me that we had so many rules in government that this wasn't allowed to begin with.
Other bills Parson signed into law Thursday, a bill aimed at addressing veteran suicides, as well as a bill expanding the powers of the state auditor. In Jefferson City, Joe McLean, WGEM News.